nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I sit in my life.
Number 2, second win of the season as well. Pacey Wygent rolling off turn 4. Pacey Wygent, third career Di9 Designs NAOR Series win. That's a little bit swirly there. He's going to be all right. Kreider moving to the outside. Andrew Chapman coming. They're wrecking in the back. Hard hit for a couple of these drivers. Enriquez moves in front of Chapman. It's going to be a drag race to the line there. 3 wide. Make that almost 4 wide. Chapman, Wygent. It's going to be Andrew Chapman with the win here at Talladega. live here from Kansas Speedway. This is the Di9 Designs NAOR series here on JCTV. The season finale, the regular season finale, rather, before we head to the tournament. I'm Josh Coppernell. I'm joined at the booth by newcomer Corey Cook and Jonathan Canfield. Corey, John, how you guys doing?
I'm doing great tonight. How about you, John?
Doing pretty good here tonight, guys. I'm excited here for this final regular season race. We've got a lot of points battles that we're going to talk about here tonight. Going out through the bracket that we're setting up for the Season 13 tournament to crown the champion of the Di9 NAOR series. A lot of close battles, but there's one thing to keep an important note on tonight, and that's that 92 of Jonathan Parker. He pretty much has to finish last, and one of the other two contenders behind him have to win the race for him to really not secure that number one spot in the playoffs coming up.
Now, and this is kind of more to you, John, than Corey. Corey is new here. So, of course, you and I have been doing this almost all season together. So you're a little bit more familiar with it, but you know what makes these playoffs different than other playoffs is tournament style. It's going to be two drivers up against each other. Essentially, you're going to be against one person each week. Whereas the playoffs that we're familiar with is so many drivers make the playoffs. After a few races, they eliminate some. And it just keeps going, a few races, more get eliminated until you're down to the final four. Well, this is different. We have 14 drivers. 2 are going to be on bye to give us a total of 12. And then, you're only against just one person that week. You finish ahead of them, you advance. You don't, you're not through. So Jonathan Parker, though he is the favorite, the number 1 seed, right now, and assuming he should stay the number 1 seed at Auto Club, he could take a deep breath. But the week after is when things change, and a dominant season like his could go right down the drain.
Absolutely right there with you, Josh. But to highlight all the battles that we're going to be able to see here tonight, as mentioned, Jonathan Parker on top by 24 points over second place, but your battle for second is not decided this week. So that battle for second, as Josh just talked about, is going to be for second in the standings. But also that off week when we go to Auto Club, Pacey Wygant currently has a 6-point lead over Nick Hapiak. 6 points separating those two drivers from having an off week versus having to race in the first round of this playoff. You've got a 3-way battle for fourth as 7 points separate Josh Arnold, Cole Snyder, and Jose Ruiz. Battle for the 8th seed is as Hawkins is out 7 points back from the 7th seed of Quimby, and then Hunter Peach is 7 points back from Hawkins. So you've got a 3-car battle going there, and then the 10th seed Jimmy Menge is 9 points back from Peach. So any of those 4 drivers slip up, it could change these standings up. You battle for 11th, you've got Zach Meredith is 2 points up on Mike Campbell. And then your battle for the last 2 spots in this playoff, Noah Blackwell is up on Donnie Kite by 7 points. Now, other important note, Noah Blackwell and Zach Meredith both are going to have pass-throughs on the start of the race tonight. And that was for malicious contact under yellow from both cars during last race. So both Meredith, who's battling for 11th, and Blackwell, who's battling for one of those last 2 spots, are going to have to make pass-throughs. And then Kite, who's in that last spot right now, is up on Nathan Lehman by 18 points. So Kite's got a bit of a buffer, but not a huge one to Nathan Lehman. Nathan Lehman could sneak his way in here tonight.
I also see, sorry to chime in here, John, but looking through their little bracket here, I can see they have some interesting tracks coming up. First being Richmond, which will go down from I believe that's a 12-car bracket to an 8-car, then 4-car, then 2-car. 4-car bracket at Iowa, and then a 2-car bracket at Las Vegas, and then obviously then they would decide their series champion.
Yeah, and that is correct. The only buys that you get are just top 2 seeds for that first race, which will be at Auto Club, and then Richmond follows. Where if you're still in it, that's the time to go. For those top 2 seeds, whether it be Parker and Wygant, Parker and Hapiak. Wygant and Hapiak, if that's mathematically possible. I mean, by the time Richmond comes, it's, at that point, you're no longer on bye. Your points don't matter. It's all about your finishing position and compared to the person that you're going against.
Interesting things to point out. But before they get there, they have to get through tonight. Tonight, we have to figure out who will be facing who on the next challenge.
And right now, looking at speed charts, one of the drivers that's in the heat of that battle, he's in that 4-car battle that we talked about in the middle of the bracket. That's Jamil Hawkins. He's at the top of the leaderboard right now in practice. Set almost a tenth faster than the guys below him in the 92 of Jonathan Parker and the 69 of Noah Blackwell.
Another thing to point out, too, is draft is going to be a big, big thing tonight. So if you're separate from the pack, you're probably going to lose probably about 4 to 5 tenths of speed, because these cars are running the high horsepower, low horsepower, high downforce package. Draft is going to be a huge factor here.
Yeah, we see it time and time again where these races, they start off almost looking like a plate race before the tires wear out. And, once the tires wear out, then it starts to get spread out. And, this league here, the Di9 Designs NAOR series, they're a pretty clean league. You're not really guaranteed any cautions. Even despite the fact that this is a lot like plate racing, these guys still, they're very clean racers. And we do see a lot of green flag pit stops. So I fully expect, to your point, it's gonna be tough. Everybody's gonna be together until those tires start to wear, and then from then on, it's just a battle of who saves the best tire.
And on the note of the tires, I would like to point out, I did a little test driving here with this car earlier today, just to see what the drivers will be dealing with. I noticed that the car will be loose in clean air, but when that car gets in dirty air, that's when it tightens up, and I think that's going to be a big factor. The guy up front they got to figure out some way, somehow, to save right front tire without burning it up.
It will be tough. So right now, top 5 on the leaderboard at practice: Jamil Hawkins, Jonathan Parker, Noah Blackwell, Pacey Wygant, and Nick Hapiak. So far, it looks like 25 drivers have registered to race tonight. A lot of drivers eyeing a chance to make the tournament. Others just here to race. Try to get a good finish.
Here to race, here to have fun.
It's going to be a pretty interesting race. A lot of, I think a lot of chaos with storylines going to play tonight.
We're going to have battling for the win and battle for playoffs. Battle for position in the playoffs. It's going to be insane to watch these drivers go at it tonight. And, Josh, we are no strangers to carnage over the last couple weeks. The last couple races with this Di9 NAOR series, we've seen a pattern form. Early caution, long green flag run, and then multiple late race cautions. Do either of you predict that continuing here tonight?
I definitely think it's a possibility just with how this car and the package with this car is at this track. You're definitely going to get tight on longer runs, and that can lead to more desperate moves being pulled, slide jobs, cutting off people's noses. Just all that adds up. I think we are going to see some chaos tonight. I think we may possibly see some driver tempers flare. Hopefully not, but you know that's the case with racing sometimes.
All right, well, we are going to step aside real quick, let practice finish out, and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, 50 seconds left in practice, and we are going to be going to qualifying. Drivers taking some last-ditch efforts in their practice. See Jose Ruiz there get a little sideways through 1 and 2.
A lot of people practicing different lines. You got some running the high side, you got some running the bottom, some running the middle. They want to see which lane lets their car behave the best.
Kansas always has been known as more of a high line track, but we'll see tonight where, you know, it seems to be the biggest key for these drivers, where it's going to be at. I kind of think maybe around the bottom with these cars, but it's going to be interesting. As checkered flag is up practice, we head into qualifying. No drivers are on the track yet.
Giovanni Clyde's taking his car out on the track.
As well as Noah Blackwell. See here, Giovanni Klein using the high line through 3 and 4. Get across the line and start his first qualifying lap. Went up there, all the way against the wall. A little loose off too.
Loose doesn't hurt anyone.
Coming across the stripe to complete lap 1. And a 31.217.
He just hit the wall. I'm afraid that's going to nullify his time.
It depends. The new damage model, actually, you can get a little bit of the wall without obtaining an X, so it depends on if he got the X or not. Right now, driving it like he still is in contention.
It also depends on if iRacing just wanted us to believe that he hit the wall with netcode.
That is true.
Not.
Yeah, I'm afraid he did not record a lap that second time around.
He does have a little bit of right front damage, so he definitely got the wall. That's going to invalidate that second lap, so he'll have to settle for a 2:16. Right now, JCTV's own Dawson Allen at the top of the board.
Yeah, Dawson Allen, a 30.595. Just 1/100th of a second over Nathan Lehman.
Mil Hawkins is out here on his second lap of qualifying. First lap was a 30.644. We'll see if he improves on his second lap. Right down around the bottom line. Painting that white line. He's going to cut the apron here. Does appear he improved, but does not improve position. So he'll stay third, even with a slightly faster lap time.
Chase McGuire now taking his number 7 machine out on the track as he merges back on the backstretch.
Zachary Meredith coming across the line to complete lap 1. I lied to you. Zachary Meredith come across the line to start his lap 1. Pacey Wise.
Ooh. Meredith got a little loose on the entrance of 3 and 4, and he just knocked the wall down out of 4.
It looks like he's gonna bring the car to a complete stop before he crosses the line, though, so they'll at least get 1 lap in.
Well, let's keep in mind that Meredith and the 69 of Noah Blackwell, it does not matter where they qualify. They've got that pass-through at the very beginning of the race. So when the green flag waves, they come around to the pit road entrance that first time by. They both have to come down pit road at speed and drive through.
It'll be a little tricky to do with Kansas' pit entrance here. You can't. It's not like Daytona or Talladega. We can get on the apron, slow it down, get out everyone's way. You're going to have to signal everyone, hey, I'm pitting, and then hope that everyone got the memo and stays high for you.
Pacey Wygent completing lap 2. P1 for Pacey Wygent, a 30.544 for that 00 machine.
A flying lap for Pacey Wygent. That will put him in the top position.
Meredith back out there trying to run up what he can of a second lap here. Gonna go to the bottom this time in 3 and 4. Keeps it off the wall. See what he puts down for his only lap. Gonna put him P11 right now at 30.745.
Nick Kapiak finishing his second lap time. He currently P15, goes P2. 3/10 off of, or 300ths off of Pacey Wygent.
No, Josh, you know I like the way this field is shaping out already.
Hunter Peach, how do you say his last name?
Peach.
Peach, thank you. Hunter Peach now taking his number 20 Toyota up on the track now.
And don't worry, Corey, we've both done the same thing trying to figure out his last name
I
first.
completely butchered it the first time I said it, so don't feel bad.
I saw the C in there. It's like, oh, this is going to be a fun one.
Hunter
But
Peach.
Josh, you and I know a driver that just recently won one of our last 2 races and put together a solid performance last week as well.
Hunter Peach dominated Phoenix. Won the race. And I think that built a lot of confidence in him, knowing that he can win in this series. He has won before, but it had been a while, and he wanted to win so bad. And he did it. And I think that built a ton of confidence in him. Currently P18 on the board. That was his first lap. He's coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway now.
You know, we talked about this track being a very, very high side track. If I had to predict a driver that's going to be right around that wall, it's the driver of this 20 as he comes across to finish his second lap. P9 for Hunter Peach.
And to point out, I do want to point out that just because Pacey Wadget is at the top, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be at the top at the end of the race. I mean, drafting has, as we said earlier, drafting has a huge effect here with this package at Kansas.
Jonathan Parker, as always, waiting until he starts his qualifying time. Just getting up pit road down the back stretch now. Of course, this is just his warm-up lap. Jonathan Parker going to bring it off. Turn 4 down the front stretch, cross the line. His time starts now. Parker rolling the high side through turns 1 and 2.
Josh, if I'm being honest, I don't think I heard him lift into 1 and 2 that time.
It is definitely possible to get around this track on the first maybe 2 laps or so without lifting. However, it's very difficult as the front end gets light.
P15 for Jonathan Parker after lap 1.
30.867, and that was around the top of the racetrack. So we'll see what he has when he moves down to that bottom lane. You see him wiggle just a little bit off of 2. He's going to tuck it back down to the bottom here in 3 and 4, try to paint that line.
Off turn 4. P1. A
To
30.
the top goes Johnson.
509.
And I want to point out something. Did you notice how he ran the first lap around the top, including his out lap in 3 and 4? That he ran that in his first lap around the top side of the track, and then on his second lap, ran the bottom.
Like I said, I don't think he lifted at all lap 1. Using every bit of momentum he could get there. And as we come down to the last, and we'll say 10 seconds of qualifying, there's not a single car on track. So I think, guys, our field is set here tonight.
And qualifying does come to an end. Jonathan Parker on the pole, of course. Let's go ahead and look at our starting grid. And starting on the pole, once again, Jonathan Parker to his outside, Pacey Wygant. Nick Kapiak starting 3rd. Dawson Allen will start 4th. And Nathan Lehman will start from the 5th position. John?
Mil Hawkins going to start in that 6th position with Cole Snyder in that 7th position. Chase McGuire going to start alongside Cole Snyder in that 8th spot. Enrique Quinona is bringing the Di9 machine to the 9th spot here tonight to start. And then Noah Blackwell qualified in that 10th position. Will roll off in that 10th position, but as mentioned, going to have to serve that pass-through penalty. Corey?
Starting at the 11th position is Hunter Piesch in the number 20. In 12th, we have Jake Millsap in the number 19. In 13th, we got Cal Tuab in the number 16 machine. Josh Arnold in the 22 will be starting 14th. And Zachary Meredith in the number 17 will be starting 15th.
Jose Ruiz will start in 16th. Donnie Kite 17th. Michael Morgan 18th. Justin Quimby 19th. Giovanni Klein will start in 20th.
Rounding out your field here tonight, it's going to be the 81 of Jada Osborne in that 21st position. Austin McGill going to bring his 21 machine out here for this race in the 22nd spot. First of our non-qualifiers. Mike Campbell going to start in that 23rd position. Jimmy mentioned the 24th position. And Stephen Brynott going to start 25th.
All right. Well, there's only one more thing to ask. Who'd you guys pick to win? Starting with Corey.
Well, he might be driving a Toyota, but I'm going to go with the number 20 of Hunter Piesch. I like the energy he's already got a win this season. I think he can carry it with that confidence. This is a track that offers many different styles of driving, so I'm interested to see how that 20 car does throughout tonight.
I'm going to have to go with a bit of a dark horse here, but, you know, it's somebody I think is way overdue, and it's going to have to be that 2-car, Donnie Kite. I can't not take him at any track because he doesn't qualify well, but he learns throughout every race, and it seems over the last couple weeks, every track we've gone to, he's right there at the end in the top 5, and almost had a win at Phoenix. Was right there in contention. I think he's going to put it together tonight and get himself a win.
I've been told not to pick him. I'm going to pick him anyway. I'm not going to say his name, though, but you see it on the screen. The reason I've been told not to pick him is because every time I do, it seems like I jinx him. But here lately, he just hasn't been getting the finishes I think he really wants, and I think it's time. I think he's due. He wants to win. I think he's going to win tonight, so watch out for that driver that you see on screen there. Starting in the 3rd position to take the race win. And I'll catch flack for it later. And possibly be seeing him 1 week from tomorrow. NASCAR.
All right, NASCAR.
Well, the field is going to be coming to the initial green flag here. Jonathan Parker, Pacey Wygant, Nick Hapiak. Top 3 on the track, top 3 in the points. Will they walk out of here in the same order? We are getting ready to find out. Pace cars off, green flag out. We are racing here at Kansas.
It looks like the inside line, the top 3 cars got a good start. Not so much everyone behind them. Outside lines is a little more organized at the moment. Looks like they're already trying to go 3 wide.
It's actually a really good start by most of the field, but look right here. Nick Hapiak to the inside of Jonathan Parker, trying to take that race lead. We'll see what line will prevail. It might just be that high line. Jonathan Parker rolling it well. He's going to lead lap 1.
As
Double
right now,
Go ahead, John.
Meredith and Blackwell serving their penalties. A 0-0, though. Pacey Wygant appears to be falling back.
He just got put in the bad spot. Give him a second.
Battling up front already, though. Dawson Allen improved himself to the 3rd position, and not too long after that, Jamil Hawkins moved himself up to the 3rd spot.
Jamil Hawkins has had a pretty good season so far, and you know, you were talking earlier about a driver you would not be surprised to see roll that high line in Hunter Peach. Jamil Hawkins, one that I'm not going to be surprised to see roll that high line. He's already doing so. as he's trying to get his nose out to the right rear of Nick Capiak.
Well, and Hawkins is one of those drivers tonight who just needs a complete night.
And they are
right now.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they're actually already right there with Lap Car and Zachary Meredith. And that could play a factor into this. Meredith rolling the high line, and Hawkins wants to roll that high line, and Happyak's going to get loose! Toss nailing into the four of Hawkins. He's going to go around. Through the grass he goes. Caution is out.
Just as you said, he needed a clean night. This happens.
I'll take the announcer's jinx for that one. That was about as bad as you get for that 4-car. Still rolling, though.
It does appear he does have wheel damage, though, as his steering wheel's at the 10 o'clock position.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's very clear Happyak got loose ahead of Dawson Allen, but I'm not sure if Dawson had a moment himself. I mean, it looked like it was a reaction to Nick Happyak from one angle, but from another, it looks like he might have just bottomed out.
Oh! Yeah, definitely contact there with him in the Indy 79.
If I had to guess here, Dawson not only reacted, but I think got off the throttle, which, Corey, all you guys in here, we're all drivers in our own respect. I think we can all attest, when you jump out of the throttle, the car sometimes moves more than you expect it to, and I think that's what happened to the driver of the 79. Jumped out of the throttle with the 6 being in front of him and just yanked the wheel too hard to the right. And there was no room for him to go up, and Jamil was right there, just an innocent bystander.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does happen with these cup cars. When you get out the throttle, it throws the balance of the weight off. That's why people say, "Oh, you gotta use the throttle to help rotate the car." Sometimes the throttle just plays that much importance. And unfortunately, Hawkins has just said that he is done. He has 8 minutes required.
So, looking at your points battle now, Hawkins was 7 points back from Justin Quimby. So he was in the position to overtake Quimby. But now, if you're Hunter Peach, you're 7 points back from Hawkins, and he's out of the race. So move Hunter Peach into that 8 slot. And Hunter Peach really is not out of striking distance of Quimby either. Hunter Peach running in the 10th position. Quimby right now back in the 16th position.
And Hunter looks like he has a fairly decent fast car tonight. Even if he just walks away with a top 10, he'll still be in a pretty good spot.
Lights on the pace car are still on. So we will take another lap around. Caution. Go ahead, though, John.
With the report that Corey gave earlier of Jamil saying that he was done, it is nail in the coffin for Jamil Hawkins. He pulls it behind the wall, and he's our first car out tonight. Right now, the 17 of Meredith did himself a favor. He got the free pass there. Right now, Noah Blackwell sits as the only car 1 lap down. Blackwell, again, was ahead of Kite by 7 points. And then Kite was 18 ahead of Lehman for those last 2 spots. Those 2 drivers, Blackwell and Kite, make up the last 2 spots in the playoff bracket.
I wonder how much the 19 got, how much damage the 19 got in that. 'Cause he was the one who hit the 4 when he was trying to avoid all that mess.
The car looks like it's straight and clean. Maybe a bit of help from some netcode there might have kept his car clean for him.
I'm about to say, because he slapped the absolute mess out of that car.
Okay, so this is interesting. So this league, of course, has a choose cone rule. And as they're choosing, Dawson Allen was able to go from third to the front row. Nick Kapiak took the bottom. Cole Snyder, who was sixth, going to be restarting on the outside of row 2. Giovanni Klein should have been ninth. Will restart from the 6th position. So a lot of big movers. Hunter Peach, even. Going to be right behind Giovanni Klein. Gains a row. This shoes, I'm surprised that a lot of the field thought the bottom was going to be better here. We'll see. But a lot of big gainers there from that shoes. The pace car is working its way to the safety of pit road. And Jonathan Parker inside the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. I think Dawson Allen got caught sleeping a little bit.
Certainly think he does, and it's not going to help his situation. We've seen the contact he had with the 4 car. Doesn't hurt his car too much. Little crinkle on the right rear, maybe a little crinkle on the right side, but as we have earlier talked about, these cars, sometimes they form a parachute when you get damage. Already see the 79 drop back to the 4th position after starting outside the front row.
So far, I think what's hurting him is a lot of people are going to that inside line, which is honestly surprising to me. I thought the top line would be a little bit more dominant here at the beginning.
Oh, someone just caught the wall. I couldn't tell who it was. Wasn't back there. Got a little sideways.
Taking a look through the field, though, at some of our biggest movers, only 11 laps in here. Giovanni Klein started in the 20th position. He's now up to the 7th position. And it goes to Jimmy Mensch and Austin McGill. Both started 24th for Mensch and 22nd for McGill. They're up just outside the top 10 now.
Nick Kapiak was able.
69. Go ahead.
Nick Kapiak was able to get to the inside of Jonathan Parker. Parker rolled that wall and just had a better run off the corner. Nathan Lehman tried to make a move, just couldn't. Fell into the clutches of Pacey Wygant, and Pacey Wygant wasn't able to make a move on Nathan Lehman.
So far, the only car that's a lap down and still in the race is Noah Blackwell in the 69. That's obviously because he had to serve that pass-through penalty earlier in the race. So that early caution actually saved him.
See these drivers running all different lines. Seems like the top 6 all were kind of choosing a little bit different here.
I believe I know why. As I mentioned earlier, dirty air is a big factor with this car. And I've noticed that almost every car that's lined up in the top 6 is not quite following the same exact car in front of them. They're doing a little bit different lines, trying to get some air in that left rear to help the car rotate and does not have to put as much wheel into it and save some right front.
Battle up front, though. Jonathan Parker changing his lane, actually feeding that dirty air to the 6 of Nick Kapiak. Kapiak being forced to chase his line around.
Yeah, a little bit of a run here. I don't know if he's going to do anything. Oh, yep, here he goes to the inside.
Nick Capiak might have caught the apron a little bit. Not able to complete the pass.
Nathan Lehman.
And that's going to be the frustrating thing tonight, Steve. It's going to be hard to make passes on that bottom.
And them battling side by side like that allowed the 14 and Nathan Lehman to close up. Nathan Lehman not really been somebody we talked about who runs up front every week with this league, but tonight, knowing that he has a chance to get himself into the playoff bracket, really showing out, running in the top 3 right now. And the person he's chasing right now, Donnie Kite, is back in the 16th position, actually the 17th position now, as Steven Brynock has gotten by the 2 car. So Donnie Kite really needs to try and find a way to pull a good run out of this race to be able to not get passed by Nathan Lehman.
Something else happening right now. Dawson Allen in front of Cole Snyder, Hunter Peach, and a lot of other guys. These guys trying to get around Dawson Allen. Now there might be, they're going to be 3 wide. Cole Snyder on the outside. Dawson in the middle. He goes up. Might have gotten a little tight. He's going to lose a couple positions. Hunter Peach goes to P5. Go ahead.
Well, as I was going to say, big winner in all this was Hunter Peach. That's up to 5th position, I believe you said. And if they keep fighting in front like they do at 3rd, 2nd through 5th, he might be up there soon with them.
Almost had a case of another 3 wide. Lehman and Wygent both get around the 6 of Nick Capiak. Now they battle side by side, but Nick Capiak's not out of this yet. Nick Capiak, I noticed, has a little wrinkle on his right rear. Either contact with the wall or contact with another car. Maybe there was a moment up here that we missed.
There was. It turns out Nick Capiak back on lap 19 and turn 1 and 2 got into the wall a bit. That slowed them up just enough for 3rd and 4th to get around them.
So Lehman now riding the wall up to 2nd. He gets around Wygent right around the edge of the wall, and man, if he was any closer, I think he could probably reach out his side window and touch it. Seem to take a more conservative line down here in 3 and 4. Everyone chasing this 92 car right now, though.
If the 2nd through 4th can get lined up, they can chase down the 92. But it doesn't look like teaming up's exactly on the top list of their priorities.
Well, and this has kind of been the story of the last couple weeks that we've had with this league. Already had the early caution. Like the patterns lining up. We're gonna looks like right now settle into a run. That could change any moment around this racetrack. But really, it's been one car dominates up until the end of the race. We get some late cautions, and then at Phoenix,
we nearly had an accident off of turn 2. Now they are 5 wide back in 13th. And Dawson Allen's going to be the big winner in that one. Holy cow, that was amazing.
They're still bunched up right here. Leader of this group is going to be Zach Meredith. He has Austin McGill tailing him. To Austin's inside is going to be that 16 of Kyle Tubb. Then it's McGuire, Mensch, Allen. And then Ruiz and Quimby just out back here outside around from about 8th back to 15th. This little pack is forming. Dawson Allen looks like he's having a moment. He's getting loose, running up towards that wall. It opens the door for Ruiz and Quimby to get to his inside.
Dawson Allen just not having the best of races so far. He's been dropping since...
I believe that damage from the first caution probably has affected his speed.
Look who else is hanging out back of this battle, guys. Probably hoping that these guys can wreck. This 69 and Noah Blackwell. Still 1 lap down, but he needs a caution, and he needs it bad to be able to get back in this race. Oh, as he gets the wall right there in 1 and 2, that's not going to help his case.
Yeah, you don't want to do that when the caution comes out. Otherwise, it's not going to give you the lucky dog.
Yeah, it would not be good for him. And you look in front of him, it's organized chaos. There's a bunch of cars in front of him.
It's like Nathan Lehman has made up some ground on the 92 of Jonathan Parker.
He has. Now, last time by the stripe, it was 0.2 of a second. They're probably within a tenth now of each other. See both of them running the same line. That's good and bad for this 14. We talk about the draft at this track. Running in that same line as Parker can pull him up to Parker. But you got to be able to handle the dirty air. Right now, the 14 looks like he's handling it very well. Not seeing a lot of movement out of the car either. He's got himself locked on that top side right now.
That last lap, the 14 was about a tenth faster than the 92.
For Nathan Lehman as well as he's catching, as well as Pacey Wygen, Nick Kapiak. They're all 4 together. But we've noticed this track, it's a high line dominant track. Jonathan Parker's running the high line. How's Nathan Lehman, who tags the wall, going to get around Jonathan Parker? He's going to tag the wall again.
Unfortunately, the pressure got to him. That's the danger about running the high side. Is there's very, very little room for error.
Absolutely, but, you know, credit to him. He didn't pull it back down into another lane. He kept it up there and allowed the 6 and the 00 a clear lane to get by at the sacrifice of his right side, but still, that could have been bigger right there had Nathan Lehman made that initial contact and pulled it down to a lower lane off the wall. Instead of panicking right there, he just lets it ride back up to the wall, and the 6 and the 00 get by safely. As now Lehman gets a good run, and he's going to be all over the back bumper of the 6 car.
That's actually a reaction because Nick Kapiak had touched the wall in 1 and 2. And that slowed him down, which allowed Lehman to close back in.
Jonathan Parker must be having a great time seeing that in his mirror.
Jonathan Parker's already racing at Auto Club.
And while all that's happening, the 20 of Hunter Peach has been catching these guys.
Yeah, Hunter Peach is slowly closing in as well. And he's got Cole Snyder right behind him. Cole Snyder. We saw him race last night in a special event, the Brayton Laster 138.32, I believe it was called. I'm not good with numbers all that well, but Cole Snyder, he had a run at the end. He came very close to being able to take that win, $100. But came up short, and Brayton Laster won the race.
Oh, 14 and Nathan Lehman gets the wall again down here in 1 and 2 as he's trying to chase down Nick Kapiak.
I believe unless we get a caution, this is how we're going to ride until green flag pit stops happen, which should be happening, I'm going to say about 10, 15 laps.
We do have one driver on pit road. It is 06 Michael Morgan. He's got some right side damage. This might be a regular stop for Michael Morgan. Trying to shortcut the field.
I did notice he was going around the track a little bit off pace. I didn't know if he got the wall or if he was trying to plan out his pit road entrance.
He's actually still sitting down there, and I believe he's out of the race now.
Yep, he just put it behind the wall.
So we're gonna step away for a few moments, go side by side. But you won't miss a thing. We'll be back.
It's going to be a drag race. Wow! They touch! Craven got him! It's over. Cinderella Vane is going to win the Daytona 500. Back to the line. Dark crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
See that 18's going to pull down low. He's going to clear low. And I think it's going to do it. Andrew Chapman is leading the race, coming to 3 and 4 for the final time. How about that to open the season? Andrew Chapman's going to win it here at Atlanta.
And it is going to be career win number 3, Kyle Tubbs.
For the lead, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead.
Oh man, this is tight. And back here from Kansas Speedway, Hunter Peach. Peach driven himself up to P2. And caution comes out!
Enrique Quinones, and I believe that's the 15, Steven Brynock.
Looks like there was netcode involved.
I don't know. I think they were going to make contact either way there, Corey. It looked like the 9 was sliding up the track, and Steven Brynock was there. It's nowhere for him to go, and they both have a terrible crash down the front straightaway.
So
They
actually,
probably would.
I just
Go
found
ahead, John.
something.
Yeah.
I just found something here. And so right here you see Chase McGuire tap the wall a little bit. almost go around right in front of Enrique Quinones. He gathers it up. Quinones goes into 3, off pace. And here comes F-15 machine on the outsides. They're through 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side. And Quinones, I'm not sure if he realized or didn't realize that Steven was there. If he got loose, I'm not sure. But for a whole lap there, Enrique Quinones was trying to catch his breath.
I certainly don't think he caught his breath. He more or less caught the bad break that was coming to him.
Right now, the entire field on pit road.
Everybody taking some fuel, 4 fresh tires. Your winner off pit road is going to be that 92 Jonathan Parker. Nick Hapiak able to jump himself up to the 2nd spot.
Nathan Lehman 3rd, Hunter Peach 4th, and Cole Snyder 5th.
I noticed someone who didn't have a good stop, though, that was up in the top 3 at the time of caution. Pacey Wygant. Huge gap to make up here.
Yeah,
Let's go back and see.
This is going to be tough for him.
We'll let Corey go back and see what happened to the 00, and he can report to us what happened, but just it looks like he's dropped quite a few spots on this pit road.
I believe, so nothing on the stop itself went wrong, but he stayed in his pit probably about 10 seconds after they were done putting the tires on, after they dropped him off the jack, so I believe he was getting some optional fix.
Pacey Wygant going to take the opportunity to get some repairs fixed, but at the cost of practically all of his track position.
I think at a short track, you're not too worried about it. Short track aero doesn't really matter as much. But a track like Kansas, it matters a lot. And I think that's part of the reason why we have watched Dawson Allen have his struggles and fall back. Dawson.
Josh, but I also could point out that Nathan Lehman and Nick Hapiak kept up with their aero damage. And both came off of pit road now 2nd and 3rd. See how they fare on new tires. Well, also, like I was just saying, new tires can be a big difference too. If you don't have the aero, but you're on fresh tires, and everyone else is on fresh tires, this could hurt them.
It looks like they are now choosing their lanes.
Oh, some big gainers going to the top here. Hunter Peach moves up to the front row. Then Cole Snyder, 2nd car outside. Kyle Tubb going to be 3rd car lined up out there. As Parker, Hapiak, and Lehman all choose the bottom.
Hunter about to go hunting.
And the lights on the pace car are out. Your top 6 as they are lined up. Jonathan Parker, Hunter Peach, Nick Hapiak, Cole Snyder, Nathan Lehman, and Kyle Tubb. Pace car is going to get ready to pull to the safety of pit road. We are going to unleash these drivers again. 46 laps in the book. Going to be 47 when we cross the line. 135 laps here tonight. Hunter Peach having a little bit of blinking there on the top side. Hopefully that works itself out before the green flag. Pace car pulls off. Field into the hands of Jonathan Parker. They approach the Geico restart zone, and we are green. Back racing here at Kansas. Jonathan Parker gets a good jump. Nick Hapiak right there with them. Hunter Peach trying to keep up on the outside.
Let's see if Hunter Peach can regain some ground on that outside. He's going to have to pinch down that 6. He might be able to hold on to him here if he can stay on that right rear spoiler, but they might get taken 3 wide.
Lehman going to make an aggressive move to the inside here. He's getting a push from the 17 to Zachary Meredith. Meanwhile, Jonathan Parker's trying to get away from all of this madness. Hunter Peach on the outside. Lehman on the inside. They're still 3 wide. Happyak still stuck in the middle. Meredith.
Got nowhere to go.
Happyak. Oh, they're door banging a little bit. Tubb on the outside. Happyak still stuck in the middle. Now they finally get to 2 wide. 3 wide in the background, though. That's Mike Campbell, Chase McGuire, and Pacey Wygen already making his way back up here.
Kansas doing what it does best, creating great racing.
They're 3 wide back up front again. I believe that is Happyak on the bottom. And that was Austin McGill through the middle. He's going to advance his position.
Top 3.
Here comes Happyak on the bottom then.
Kyle Tubb actually going to be able to get around Nick Happyak as well as Zachary Meredith. It's going to be on the outside here. Happyak struggling a bit. Your top 3, though, Jonathan Parker, Hunter Peach, Cole Snyder, they're nose to tail. Hunter Peach is looking around, see where he can go. He's
Right.
taking the same
Right
line
now,
as Parker.
Hunter just needs to stay right with him.
And Hunter, he's
Driver
hunting.
in 5th, though. Austin McGill started 22nd on the field. 50 laps in, already up to 5th position.
Nobody in this field can say they can't pass anyone here, because that guy in the 12 just proved otherwise.
Cole Snyder rolling up to the back of Hunter Peach.
They are currently side by side for 6th place, right behind the 5th place car of who is that? I gotta get a number on that.
Austin McGill gets into 4th place, passing Nathan Lehman on the inside.
Happyak now getting some momentum. He's on that high side. He's been able to fight his way up to 7th. He's trying to get past the 17 of Dawson Allen. And this... I'm sorry, everyone. I'm still learning the names here.
Hunter Peach rolling the low line on Jonathan Parker. They're going to be side by side, but it might be Jonathan Parker and Cole Snyder with the advantage. Cole Snyder using the high line. He's going to get around Hunter Peach. Peach going to have tucked back in the line. Ton of momentum lost, and here comes Austin J. McGill. Going to roll up to the back of Hunter Peach here pretty quickly.
Austin McGill, no stranger to victory lane here with the Di9 NAOR series, but have yet to see him win on an oval with this series. Did actually see him win on an oval in the Pit News Truck Series on Saturday nights when we went to Martinsville. So Austin McGill, no stranger to victory lane. Been on a roll lately, trying to continue his momentum here as he makes a start with the Di9 NAOR series.
Now Cole Snyder's going to be the one called out on the inside. He does manage to get back in, but he lost a lot of momentum.
Still right there with Jonathan Parker. It's just so hard to make a pass. Obviously can be done. It's just tough. You have to manage your runs.
You gotta be willing to rub elbows with the guys you're racing with. Right now, looks like the top 4 are kind of settled in their spots, at least for now. We'll see how long that lasts. looks like the rest of the field is mostly doing the same.
Oh, Austin J. McGill just grabbed a handful of the outside wall there in 1 and 2 as he's trying to run down Hunter Peach and the rest of the top 3.
That will take some pressure off of Hunter Peach from behind. He's probably going to look forward now. Doesn't have to worry about anybody trying to send it on his inside. Looks like Cole Snyder looking to the inside of 92. Can't get it there.
Caution on the Speedway.
Giovanni Klein. Oh.
Interesting. It's there between the 48 and the 69.
We've seen this story before, Josh. I don't like to speculate, but that is not going to help Noah Blackwell at all with being on the bubble here for the chase. That move right there could actually cost him points and possibly his position. Not only the fact that he damaged his own car in the process, I hate to be blunt about it, but that's just not the move you make.
Yeah, I'm going to put on the driver's hat here. That was a pretty obvious move here for what he was trying to do. You gotta be smart about that, and that may have just cost him a whole lot more than just this race.
Come down pit road here. So Jonathan Parker is going to win and be the first car off pit road. Cole Snyder second. Hunter Peach third. Fourth car off pit road is going to be Austin McGill. Nathan Lehman fifth off pit road. Pacey Wygant. How about John Osborne having himself a good run here tonight inside the top 10?
Like the 17 had a bit of an issue on pit road, but he was able to get it going. Lost some spots, but at the end of the day, it's just a caution. He can still get back up there. So with that being said, we are now at lap 61 of 135 laps. John, do you have anything that you want to add to here? What do you think from what you see?
What I've seen, we've seen some aggressive racing, and we have yet to actually see a full fuel run, which is rare with this league and how they run. Very rare that we don't see a full fuel run. Caution's really falling at the right time for some of these drivers, but I have to say it's impressive to see the climb that Austin McGill has made to get to now the 4th position after starting 22nd. Even Hunter Peach too, though. He started 11th, now sitting in the 3rd position. And, the front has been shaken up a lot, but there's one thing that's stayed the same throughout this entire race, and that's going to be the 92 of Jonathan Parker still leading this thing. So far has led this thing wire to wire and really has not had too much challenge as of yet. A couple people peeking to the inside on him as they come to the choose here, but so far so good for this 92.
Now I do think the top 3 cars that were at least behind them then the 20, the 24, and the 12, I do think they can potentially take the lead here. What it's going to come down to is they have to time their runs right. If they pass them on the inside of the corner, they got to slide up. They got to try to park it in front of them, a slide job, if you will. But they got to do something. They can't ride in his wake this entire time. If they're looking for points, they need to try to get their laps led. They need to try to get the most laps led. They got to do everything they can to better their playoff position.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Coming down to crunch time. Regular season coming to an end here. Gotta give it what you have left in the tank.
And here they come out of turn 4. Their pace car pulls off. They move into the Geico restart zone. And green, green, green. Great start for the 92.
Jonathan Parker gets out to the lead right now. Hunter Beach got a better start than Cole Snyder. He's going to stay door to door with the 24. I don't think Cole Snyder's going to be able to clear off of turn 2. That'll give Hunter Peach an advantage here. Look at Austin McGill getting a push from Pacey Wygen.
They are 3 wide for 5th place. The blue car almost lost it there, but he saved it.
John Osborne. There's racing going on all over.
Cole Snyder slots himself just in front of Pacey Wygen there off of turn 2. Look at Nathan Lehman trying to get back up here.
Nathan Lehman is now trying to hold off a hard charging Kyle Taub, but he gets to his outside anyway. He's going to have a preferred line.
Taub gonna stay to the outside here. He's got help coming from Zachary Meredith. That's gonna leave Nathan Lehman no choice but to just stay right where he's at. Nathan Lehman keeping work going on the bottom. Osborne just behind these guys trying to recover from the moment he had.
Things are heating up front. The 12 tried to get to the 20s inside, couldn't get it done. And now he's being challenged by the 24. They almost got together right there.
Hunter Peach gonna look to the inside of Jonathan Parker. Peach trying. Side by side, Cole Snyder looks low. Still side by side. Oh man. Cole had an opportunity. He didn't take it, and honestly, that might have been for the good. But Hunter Peach is going to clear Jonathan Parker.
Parker now going back to the outside. Peach tried to throw a block. It didn't work.
Hunter's going to slide. And new race leader, Hunter Peach. Jonathan Parker looks low. Hunter Peach has the high line.
And Hunter did the same thing that Parker's been doing this entire. Oh, caution!
Nathan Lehman and
Josh Arnold.
Oh man, I was getting ready to talk about this 22 having a quietly good night. Josh, you and I spoke to him earlier. All he wanted was to have a clean race. He didn't care where he finished, he just wanted a clean race, and that clean race has just gone away from him here tonight.
Looking back at it, it looks like the 14 got into the outside wall off of 2. And that got him loose, knocking him down to the 22. 22, nowhere to go. Doesn't look like it's got too bad damage, though.
Again, we talk about the points, though. Nathan Lehman needing that run he was having tonight, that good run that he had. Now, all the way back outside the top 20 with that accident. And having to come to pit road to fix the car. Same with Josh Arnold.
And for the first time tonight, that 92 will be looking at the bumper that doesn't belong to the pace car under these pace laps.
So Hunter Peach able to get the lead there before the caution came out. Now we get to look at a different choose cone as well, as Peach will be the first car to choose. Does that force Jonathan Parker's hand to get off the bottom here and maybe take a chance at going to the outside for a restart?
Yeah, I personally think that if you're Hunter Peach, you stick to the outside. Jonathan Parker might just take the inside here. Because I think, now that Hunter Peach has the lead, he can control the restart. He knows when he's going to go. Whereas beforehand, it was Jonathan Parker that was the control car, and it's hard for Hunter Peach to judge. So, honestly, if I'm Hunter Peach, I'm not going to change anything. I'm still going to be restarting on the outside line and have them guess based off, or guess where I'm going to go.
It all comes down to how good of a jump Hunter Peach will get. If Jonathan Parker is able to guess it right, he can maybe hang on to his inside and pull him back on the straightaway if he can make a good corner.
Oh, Josh, you and I have seen plenty of these races with this league, and we know one thing's for sure. You don't want that 92 to be out front, and if the 92 isn't out front, you don't want that 20 to be out front. Both these guys know how to control a race, and right now you've got two of the best in this league up front battling for this win. Choose this time by, and Josh, you called it. Peach goes to the top.
And Parker going to stick to the game plan of being on the bottom. Cole Snyder takes top. Austin McGill, bottom. Wige takes the top.
Now, one thing I do want to note, the 20 could get a good restart. But like any track that requires that's dependent on gravity, you may not want to get too good of a restart. You might have the lead coming out turn 2, but if the 92 or the 24 gets a good run out the corner, the 20 is a second sitting duck.
And I wouldn't throw the 21 out of this either, starting second car inside. Austin McGill could be right there on Jonathan Parker's bumper, and I only say this because I'm a teammate of his, but he is no stranger to going full send into a corner. McGill gets a chance, he's going to go.
So we're going to restart with 63 laps to go in this race. Still a long ways before this race is over. His pace car is in and inside the restart zone. Hunter Peach gets on the loud pedal, and as I predicted, he is already clear of Jonathan Parker. Now it's all just about how they manage turn 1. Hunter Peach, he's going to bobble a little bit. Jonathan Parker's going to get there, but honestly, I think it's where 3 and 4 is going to count. Let's see who has that high line, and right now it is Hunter Peach. And he's got the help with Austin McGill just behind.
McGill gonna leave a gap though to the 20, and Jonathan Parker honestly went deep into the corner there. He's actually got a nose ahead here. I think Peach led that lap, but it was 4 thousandths of a second on the difference there.
Right now, the outside line really strong. Jonathan Parker is stuck on the inside, but he is doing an amazing job hanging on there. Now he'll fall in line.
McGill throws a block on Wygant. I think Wygant's gonna look to the inside here. He has help with Meredith. That allows Cole Snyder to get to the outside of Wygant now.
Hunter Peach rolls the low line. Jonathan Parker took the high line. Parker not able to get side by side with Hunter Peach, but Parker's going to have a run down the back stretch. Does not take it. Hunter Peach going to take the outside line now through 3 and 4.
And yet again, I see that 21 machine. He may not be leading the race, but I feel bad if he ever gets to the lead, because I've seen this 21 machine throw blocks lap after lap, protecting his 3rd place spot. And here he goes to the bottom of the 92.
He might be able to pull him with the side draft here to stay alongside him. Nope, not going to be able to. 90 just has too much momentum.
You see McGill kind of working the line, though. He tucks down to that middle lane there on exit of 3 and 4. And now rolls the momentum back to the back bumper of this 92.
He's got something figured out. Going to the very bottom this time.
Again, gonna look low. Wash out here. And then looks like he might still be there. Just not able to get any kind of advantage going into the corner.
But notice how he's running a lane lower than the 92. He's trying to keep air on that left front, so it will help the car rotate. But now here comes, well, I thought the 24 was going to jump out to his inside, but he thought better of it.
Cole Snyder tucks back in behind McGill. McGill kind of shows that he's going to block if anybody tries to make a move. So he's got the guys behind him guessing on him if he's going to block or not. Now we got side by side for the lead. Parker trying to clear the 20 of Hunter Peach, and he does.
Yeah, I'm not sure if something happened to Peach in the corner, but allowed Jonathan Parker to get to the inside. He was hanging down there for a bit, and Peach might lose another one here. McGill underneath Hunter Peach.
McGill did have Peach clear there going into 3 and 4, but nowhere for him to go up to. Cole Snyder's in the wall behind him. McGill looking again on Hunter Peach. Hunter Peach gonna roll the outside here. McGill's gonna get loose. He hangs onto it. He saves it.
All good. Get her going.
He's gonna somehow stay in the 3rd position as he checks up Cole Snyder there on that outside line. Cole Snyder yet again looking at that back bumper of this 21 machine. He's got to be saying, what do I got to do to get by this guy?
And I don't think Cole is too pleased about having to lift there either for McGill. Cole
Well, the
going.
important thing is to get to the end of the race.
That is very true. Cole, he is looking, as you said, John, what do I got to do? Get past Austin J. McGill. Oh, McGill might have caught the wall on exit.
He was close and did not catch it. It was actually loose exiting that time because he was trying to keep it off the wall. That allowed Snyder to get even closer, but through all of that, both of them roll up now to the back bumper of the 20 of Hunter Peach.
Looks like, oh, 24 got into the wall a little bit there. But I saw some bump drafting start taking place there between the 24 and the 21.
Oh, in the background, Pacey Wygent gets a little bit of the wall off of 2.
This race course, as mentioned earlier, it is the last race of the regular season. After tonight, tournament drivers, their seatings will be set. There's a lot of desperation going on right now.
Looks like everyone's settled into a spot for now. Now you be thinking about saving tires, or when do you need to get going? When do you need to put more pressure on the guy in front of you? This is where strategy comes into play.
So, looking at the points that I just looked at, Josh Arnold was tied with Cole Snyder coming into this race. Cole Snyder right now breaking that tie.
We may have a slide job right here. Can't quite get it done.
Battle for the lead carries on. Peach.
Hunter Peach staying at P2, not able to get it done.
Seems Noah Blackwell is taking it behind the wall. He looks like he got loose or tied out of turn 4, hit the wall, and just took it down pit road. So I believe his night is done.
Now, if Lehman finishes this race, he and Kite would take those last 2 spots in the playoff bracket.
Like the battle for third is starting to heat up back there. I think the 24 caught the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 2. Well, not third, fourth. I'm sorry.
Actually, I take back my previous statement, as Nathan Lehman also not having a very good run. He's actually going to be the first car that these leaders catch. Leaders are right here about to lap Nathan Lehman.
Leaders were side by side. Jonathan Parker, Hunter Peach, Austin J. McGill going to roll up to the back bumper of Hunter Peach, but not enough time to try to make a move heading into 3. And there he is, Nathan Lehman, rolling the bottom line as Jonathan Parker is going to be to this outside down the front stretch heading into 1.
He's going to stay low, allow the leaders to get by. Very courteous of him. Oh, the 21 got into the wall.
A tale we know all too well tonight, with everyone practically meeting that wall there in turn 1 and 2. That seems to be our number 1 trouble spot. Austin J. McGill adds another stripe to the side of his car.
I thought we were at Kansas, not Darlington.
And it's proven to be just as difficult. How about the 94 of Jimmy Mensch in the 4th position? Started 24th this race.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed with Jimmy Mensch's run tonight. So far, so good.
That last lap, he was about 2.5 tenths faster than Austin McGill.
That time by is still pulling about a 10 on the 21.
I wonder if the 94 has done a lot more saving to these guys in front of him.
It's very possible. These guys up front have driving really hard to stay out front.
right now, he seems to be stuck behind the 21, maybe trying to wait for the right moment to go after him.
Guys, we're also approaching that window that we have not hit yet with drivers on differing strategies right now, too. Some of these drivers have been out here for a little while. I'd be curious to know if Jimmy Mensch might have pitted under that last caution.
That is possible. I did see some cars go down pit road. However, I thought that was for damage. I didn't think that someone may be trying to, maybe short pit or try a different strategy.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that one either, but as soon as I can find it. See. That's not the right one.
And Jimmy Mensch going for third. He will get it.
Here by almost half a car length on McGill. Waits to pull up. McGill gives him a little shot in the rear there. I would have pulled up sooner if I was the 94. But he does take third, and he's closing on the leaders now.
And if you look on the ticker, it will show laps since pit. 10 laps of a difference between your leader, Jonathan Parker, and Jimmy Mensch currently sits in third. 35 laps for Parker, Peach, 25 for Jimmy Mensch.
Austin McGill catches the wall off of turn 2 that time.
Of the top three, Jimmy Mensch is the fastest car of them all, of all three.
And you wouldn't think 10-lap pressure tires would be that big of a difference, but at a track like this where you're running the outside as much as you are, 10 laps can be huge in terms of giving you that grip and confidence to get around the outside. And Jimmy Mensch's car looks like he's kept it pretty clean this race, so he really has very little, if any, damage to his car, and is actually rolling that middle line right now.
Yeah, Mensch is doing such a great job.
That time by, the top four ran almost identical times, with only a few hundredths in difference.
.32 fives out of the top four.
Caution.
John Osborne. And it's going to be that 22 of Josh Arnold again. Ooh.
Yeah, that just looks like John just got tight, hit the wall, came down. There was nowhere for 22 to go.
So Josh Arnold's chances of having even a little bit of a recovery from the accident he had might have just gone out the window, as now he's lost his front clip.
Well, fellas, with about 36, 37 laps to go, who do y'all think's in the best position to win this?
Personally, it's a toss-up. We're going to see who gets the best pit stop here on the pit road. Everybody's going to come down here. This will most likely be the last time these guys hit pit road.
I wonder if any of these guys are now using their last set of tires. If we get a green-white checkered, then you're kind of in trouble if this is your last set right here.
5 sets of tires, 1 set being the set that these drivers started on. So you had 4 in the pits. Some of these guys might be on their last set. You look at a guy like Jimmy Mensch, who we talked about maybe taking a short pit. And he could very well now be out of tires.
So what I'm looking at right here on my screen, you guys can't see it, but those at home can. Seeing how many pit stops each driver has taken. Dawson Allen did not come down that time. He might pit this time. But currently he is your race leader. Otherwise, Jonathan Parker, Hunter Peach, Austin J. McGill, they've pit 3 times. Zachary Meredith and Jimmy Mensch, they have pit 4 times. Kyle Tubb, Ruiz, Quimby, McGuire, 3 times for all of them. So, for some of these guys, no, they have not used all of their tires, but Meredith or Mensch, he might have. And actually, now that I think of it, for Zachary Meredith, I'm not sure if it's going to count when he drove down pit road as one of his pit stops for his penalty that he took early on in the race. So Meredith might have only had 3 pit stops to this time, but I'm not sure how this telemetry works, if it just goes based off him entering pit road and counting that as a pit stop or not.
Copy that.
And another important note that we always talk about, late race cautions with this league. This league has no green-white checkers at all, so we finish lap 135. Green, caution, doesn't matter. Lap 135 rolls around. The field is set once they cross that line.
With that in mind, and that may have been the right call to get tires here.
And it leaves out there, you get within 5 laps to go, and you're not anywhere in the lead, it's time to get to the lead, because the caution comes out anytime within those last 5 laps. And that's the race. As they come to the choose right here.
2021, choose up top, Jonathan Parker down low. This 17 is going to go with Parker on the inside, as well as is the 94.
So we've got some similar faces up front, but we've got a little bit of a shakeup throughout the field. You see, we already talked about Jimmy Mensch making his way up here. Kyle Tubb, Jose Ruiz, Justin Quimby having a quiet night out there, needing to have a quiet night as he tries to separate himself from Peach and Mensch. I would say Hawkins as well, but Hawkins retired so early that I believe Hawkins now kind of on the bubble of just taking the 10th spot in the bracket, maybe even falling further down to 11th or 12th here. We will try to get you an update on the points before we go off air tonight once we cross the finish line of this race. We'll get you an unofficial update before we go off air. That will not include any penalties, but as the pace car pulls off, Jonathan Parker is in control of the field as we come to the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out. Jonathan Parker hits the loud pedal, and we are back racing here. Lap 103 of 35. Parker gets out to the advantage right now.
And a great restart by Zachary Meredith. He's underneath Hunter Peach. Look at it. In the back, Giovanni Klein on the outside, I believe that was. He's 3 wide. Making some moves. They're almost 4 wide.
They somehow make it through turn 3 and 4. At the line, Jonathan Parker still leads it, but here comes Hunter. Sorry, had a mic issue.
Hunter Peach is second.
Yeah.
Rolling to the back bumper of Jonathan Parker. It's all right, Corey. We all do it. we all have mistakes.
The 3 wide in the background finally sorted itself out. They were still 3 wide, and they're looking like they might be 3 wide again. Justin Quimby keeps getting put kind of in the middle here. He's in the middle right now. Enrique Quinona is on the bottom. Pacey Wygant to his outside. Quinona is getting a little loose there. And look who's not giving up yet. Nathan Lehman. After going a lap down. Looks like he might have got his damage repaired, and he's still in this just outside the top 15. And again, with Blackwell being out of this race, the more spots Lehman can gain, that is points that Lehman can gain on Noah Blackwell. Lehman came into this race 18 points behind Kite, and Kite was 7 behind Blackwell. So that math leaves Lehman 25 points out. So every position Lehman gets is another chance at possibly making this playoff bracket.
With everything going on, I've been keeping my eye mostly on this battle for the race lead. Hunter Peach not giving up on race leader Jonathan Parker. He's gone to the inside a couple of times, has had his nose ahead, just unable to complete the pass like he was earlier. Jimmy Mensch just behind, going into the third position. Austin J. McGill stuck on the bottom.
Look at Hunter, how he gets to run out turn 4. He's able to get alongside Jonathan Parker, but when they go into turn 1, Jonathan has the preferred lane. That's what kills his momentum.
Each gonna send it here. Parker gonna try to pinch him.
He just can't quite get him.
Each gonna look low again. Not as low as he was in 1 and 2. Kind of gets to the quarter there on Jonathan Parker. Getting a good run off here. They're still gonna be side by side coming across the line. And here comes Jimmy Mensch with help from Austin McGill. Make this a 4-car battle, even a 6-car battle, as Kyle Tubb and Zach Meredith are right there waiting to pounce.
Hunter Peach had Jonathan Parker almost clear, but I think just washed up a little bit. Bottomed out. That affected his run. He's got to be careful now with the entire cavalry right behind him. This is almost...
They're going to be almost 3 wide for second. As McGill trying to figure out where he can peek his nose at. Mensch still up there on the outside. And Tubb and Meredith, again, just waiting for their moment to pounce.
Jimmy's going to shoot to the inside here of Hunter. He's going to try to carry that momentum. Couldn't do it. Looks like the 20's going to have more of the speed out the corner.
And now McGill going to jump back up into that 3rd spot outside as he tucks in behind the 94. Now he's going to peek the outside. Oh,
and the wall, they're wrecking. Oh, hard hits.
Oh, more.
Oh, my goodness. And still no caution. There's the caution. Wow. And Kyle Tubb went for a ride.
Cole Snyder.
Josh, I don't normally like to tell you who to onboard here, but Nick Hapiak, your pick to win this race, might have just gotten the netcode luck of the year.
My alleged pick to win?
Yes. He might have just gotten the netcode luck of the entire year, season, whatever you want to call it.
Like the 16 just bounced off the wall, got loose, and right back into traffic. For a lot of folks, there wasn't a lot of places they could go. I believe you're right, John. Number 6 did get the netcode luck of the year.
I mean, it's just one of those weird things you see with iRacing every now and again, but he drove through the 16, a wrecking car. Had the 16 quite literally in his lap.
I'm going back looking at it now, John. The 6 had front end damage for a split second, then it fixed itself. Netcode take it, netcode give it.
Some interesting strategies happening here. Jimmy Mensch staying out. Not surprised about that. Zachary Meredith, not really surprised about that. He really could have had 4 pit stops already. Dawson Allen staying out there. He might just be coming in next time by. Now, on the other hand, Osborne. John Osborne staying out. Nick Hapiak first off pit road. Then Jonathan Parker. Is Parker? He's a little bit deep from where he'd probably want to be at. And Dawson Allen's going to stay out. Nick Hapiak coming back into pit road. So right now, the top 5, Jimmy Mensch, Zachary Meredith, Dawson Allen, John Osborne, and Jonathan Parker. And right now, it is 22 laps to go. Looking at 20 laps to go when we go back green.
Jonathan Parker was the first car out pit road, if I remember correctly. And he will be lining up the 5th position. Hunter Peace right behind him in 6th. I don't know how much the tire difference is going to matter here, because it was only about 10 laps worth of difference.
Well, and even more important, how do those drivers that have been up front this entire race handle that dirty air as they get positioned way back here? But also, let's not rule out one big thing that can factor in here. The choose. Who goes where and who gets that big gain?
Well, if it's any of the guys that just came out the pits, they're going to look for whichever lane puts them closest to the front.
And also with guys like Osborne, Allen, that have stayed relatively towards the back half of the top 10, top 15 this entire race, now getting the chance to be back up front. Does that put some of these drivers in danger that just came off pit road who have been running up front? Does danger strike them here late in this race?
Jimmy Mensch taking the outside. Zachary Meredith inside. Dawson Allen outside. John Osborne inside. Jonathan Parker taking the outside, as well as Hunter Peach taking the outside. Jose Ruiz and the 00, Pacey Wygen. They take the inside. So a lot of different strategies. First 2 rows staying out. We'll see how this is going to shape things from the rest of the race. 20 laps to go when they go back green. The field will be in the hands of Jimmy Mensch, who, I honestly liked his strategy. You know, if caution hadn't come out, he would have been in a really good position. Caution did come out, but he's still got a chance. Don't count him out yet. That pace car is in. And inside the restart zone they go. Jimmy Mensch. He's on the loud pedal. We're green. 20 to go here at Kansas.
I'm interested to see where Jonathan Parker goes. He's hot on the bumper to 17. He may be thinking about taking it 3 wide. Oh, check up in the back. They all keep it going somehow.
That was from Jonathan Parker, who cleared himself on the nose of Jose Ruiz. Jonathan Parker already to the outside of Zach Meredith, challenging for the 3rd spot. He brings with him Austin McGill. Austin McGill looking down low. They're almost 4 wide. 3 wide for the lead. Parker to the top. Allen on the bottom. Mensch stuck in the middle. Here comes McGill on the bottom now.
McGill not able to clear Dawson Allen and Jimmy Mensch. He finally will. 3 wide though for 4th. John Osborne in the wall.
John Osborne? He saves it.
Somehow we are still green and we're all still straight.
More cars on the wall. They are wrecking. Can they save it? No, they cannot.
Dustin Allen around, spinning down the back stretch. Still green. Caution.
And we're going to do it again.
Dustin Allen caught the wall, started going down the track, and caught Nathan Lehman.
That's just when the end of the race is closing in. That's just you're pushing your car past the limits where you normally push it. You're trying to get everything you can, especially when you know you're on the older tires.
Lehman getting more damage to that 14 car. Just fixed all of the damage he had from his earlier wreck with Josh Arnold. Talking about him possibly getting a chance here to be in this playoff bracket. Now going to have to give up so much track position here to go on and fix that car again. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. He's going to try and stay out here and see if he can limp it home. Heavy damage to the front of that car, though. I'm questioning his decision to stay out here. Man, oh man, just looking at our storylines that we had to talk about. Talked about Parker coming into this thing at a 24-point advantage. Hapiak and Wygant. Hapiak right now being scored in that 15th position. Just now coming off of pit road. Meanwhile, Pacey Wygant up there in the 5th position. Those two were separated by 6 points. Right now, Wygant doing what he has to do to ensure he has an off week in the bracket next week. Your battle for 4th between Arnold, Snyder, and Ruiz. Right now, 7 points separating them. But Ruiz is on top of that battle with his run right now. Sitting in the 7th position, Josh Arnold and Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder actually still sitting on pit road in the being scored in the 18th position right now. Probably even further back than that.
Well, shining some light on the Giovanni Klein of the 48 machine. He has started in 20th. He has clawed his way up to 6th. I'm starting to see a pattern here with guys in the back making their way towards the front.
And Giovanni Klein also putting in a performance that we've seen none other than the driver of the 20, Hunter Peach, put in earlier this season when we went to Iowa. Hunter Peach was essentially the ball and all the other drivers were the bat. His car looked like it should be somewhere in a junkyard, and Hunter Peach brought it home in a podium position. Giovanni Klein sitting in a similar position. That car looks like it should be somewhere in a junkyard. Got more bent metal than your old rusty truck you have at home, and yet he's still running here in the 6th position.
Hey, that old rusty truck's reliable now.
Believe me, I know.
Giovanni Klein. He's not really a series regular. Only has made a few starts this season. But, good racer. And, he's trying to make everything he can out of that Toyota. And, again, I think he might be down on a little bit of horsepower, if you catch my drift.
He does have some damage in the front end. It's definitely possible.
I catch your drift, Josh. It's okay. He's got the wrong emblem on the car. That's what it is. But they did choose last time by. It looks like Austin McGill going to be able to get to the outside of the front row here alongside Jonathan Parker. Then behind Parker is going to be that 94 Jimmy Mensch. And then outside on row 2 is going to be Hunter Peach. Pacey Wygant lines up outside row 3. Giovanni Klein to that inside. We get ready to have another restart.
92, the 21, the 20, all have fresh tires. What can they do with them here? They come to the restart zone this time by. And the 92's away, and everyone else chases after them.
Not the best restart out of Austin McGill, but right now, trying to clear the 94 Jimmy Mensch. He does. Jimmy Mensch down there on that bottom. He's got Giovanni Klein behind him. Pacey Wygant all over the bumper of Hunter Peach.
They are bump drafting the 21. They are doing everything they can to catch that 92. Now the 20 to the inside of the 21. He might clear
wide in the background. Giovanni Klein, Hunter, or not Hunter Peach. That's Pacey Wygant and Jimmy Mensch 3 wide.
What a move from Hunter Peach. He shoved Austin J. McGill.
Oh,
and he had a big run.
Tight.
Yeah.
tight.
Great job there by Hunter Peach to keep off of Jonathan Parker. Oh, big wreck in the back. Caution is out. It is Giovanni Klein. That is tough for that driver of the 48.
Oh, and Josh, you're not going to like who else was involved.
Like those two guys for the same piece of real estate.
Oh man, Nick Capiak getting caught in it.
He's going to have all sorts of race cars as part of his little project there. I think he's got parts from a Ford, he got some parts from a Toyota, parts from a Chevy.
Unfortunately for Nick Capiak, that's going to force him to come back down and fix the front end of that car. And in terms of the points battle that we've been talking about all night, that could be the nail in the coffin for him to even have a chance at getting the off week, barring anything happening here in these closing laps to Pacey Wygant.
Looks like the 3 car, Justin Quimby, will get the waiver wrap, the lucky dog here. That will put him 2 laps down.
Quimby had himself a solid night going. Wasn't meant to be tonight. Ends up in an accident late here in this race. And now the guys he was trying to chase down, Arnold and Ruiz, and even Snyder. All those guys get to breathe a little sigh of relief now and just battle amongst each other. But going back to that battle, Josh Arnold, no front clip on the car, is in 8th place. And guess who's in 7th? Jose Ruiz. So those drivers are still going to battle for this 4th position in the bracket. If it ended right now, that 4th position is going to go to Josh Arnold. So Jose Ruiz needs to put a couple cars between him and this 22 to give himself a shot at getting that 4th spot in the bracket.
And Josh, if we go back green here, if we get another caution before lap 130, we could potentially have another green restart. However, if we make it to lap 130 and didn't get a caution, that would most likely be the race, wouldn't it?
I believe you are right there. The way things stand, they should get the 1 to green this time by, which will put us at 8 to go. That'll make 7 to go when we get the green flag. It's right around 5 laps. If you're within 5 laps, then the race is over. Caution were to come out. So if there's going to be another restart after this one, we're going to have to go under caution quickly.
And if these drivers know that, then chances are they're going to be super aggressive on this restart right here to make sure they're in front if that caution comes out.
You're at the choose. Jonathan Parker takes the inside. Hunter Peach takes the outside. Nothing new there. McGill taking the outside. Pacey Wygant taking the inside of row 2. Nathan Lehman inside of row 3. Jimmy Mensch the outside of row 3. It will be 7 laps to go from Kansas Speedway before we set the playoffs, the tournament, and the rest of the drivers will have to think about what they could have done differently to try to make it in.
Oh, little contact there between 20 and the 92. A little bit of fun between the drivers, that's all.
Just want to remind everybody at home that next week is a bye week. Myself, I will be, well, pretty close to home, but I'll be pretty busy as it is race week. But nonetheless, pace car is in. Leader is inside the restart zone. Green flag is out. And a great jump by Jonathan Parker. Pacey Wygant also with a great restart. Hunter Peach might have been caught sleeping a little bit there. Let's see if Wygant has anything.
Lehman trying to get back up here too. He's peeking inside of the 21 of Austin McGill. Hunter Peach battling back on the outside. Wygant stuck on that inside lane. McGill rolling to the outside of Wygant here.
Huge run on the backstretch for the 20. He's now up to the bumper, the 92. He's going to try to make a move to the inside. This could be the move of the race.
I think Parker got a little bit loose there. That's only going to help Hunter Peach. They're going to be side by side entering turn 1. And
they're going to lean on each other a little bit here.
Momentum to Jonathan Parker. Peach trying so hard to get the side draft down the side.
And McGill rolling up to these guys. He's going to try and make it a 3-car race. These guys are leaning on each other a lot. McGill's peeking to the middle.
5 laps to go here in this race. Still side by side for the race lead. Hunter Peach driving it in hard. He's going to slide up in front of Jonathan Parker with a crossover move coming out of the 92. Pacey Wygant got the wall in the background, but we stay up front. Jonathan Parker gonna slide.
Try the same thing.
In front of Hunter Peach. Peach, he's not gonna have to do anything other than drive straight here.
Peach gonna cross over. He's gonna make the next move. He's gonna drive it in deep.
And
he'll slide. Slide job after slide job. 21 of Austin McGill rolling up to the back bumper of the 92. Does he have anything to say here?
Hunter Peach clear with the race lead. Jonathan Parker looking to the inside. Peach goes down block. 3 laps to go. But Austin McGill is not giving up. Oh, Parker in the
92.
wall. Peach got loose as well.
McGill's going to get to the inside here. Meredith's going to stay to the outside and help the 92. McGill's got to go deep into this corner and hope it sticks.
He made it work.
He might clear for the lead off of 4.
Big push down the front straightaway coming from Jonathan Parker to that 20 of Hunter Peach. Peach maintains the race lead. He's going to go down to the bottom.
21's going to clear to 92. 92 goes down low.
Jonathan Parker going to try to cross over the 21 of Austin J. McGill. He might not have gotten all he could there when he pulled the wheel back down. He might clear both of them. Here comes McGill.
They're 3 wide.
Hunter Peach got loose. White flag is out.
White flag. Austin McGill to the lead here on the last lap.
The Hunter is trying to pull it back on the outside. Can he clear him? He'll have the run. He'll shoot to the inside. They make
McGill's
contact.
blocking.
Hunter Peach gonna look to the inside of Austin J. McGill. McGill goes down low. There might have been contact.
Oh my
Peach gonna
goodness.
slide up. Austin J. McGill coming out the
21
corner.
is the winner.
Checkered flag waving. It's McGill.
Oh my goodness.
Hunter Peach, P2. Pacey Wygent third. Jose Ruiz fourth. Zachary Meredith fifth. And it is 6th place you gotta go to find that 92 of Jonathan Parker.
Pacey Wygent giving a door to the 21, a little congratulatory door bump. Ruiz gonna come up and give him a bump.
Now that was how every last lap should be.
Sportsmanship from much of the drivers here at the NAOR series. And I am a little astonished. I can't even lie. I obviously am teammates in another league with this 21 machine. I literally was just putting a message out there for him on this last restart, and I told him, you got to go now. It's the only time you can go. And he messaged me back and said, they're too fast for me. Austin McGill, they were not too fast for you.
Well, obviously, he was lying to you. He had a trick up his sleeve.
The race is never over until the last lap, and Austin McGill burning it down here at Kansas.
What a race. And if you're Hunter Peach, if you're Jonathan Parker, I mean, though you may be bummed, I have to say that might have just been an adrenaline rush that, man, I would have loved to have been a part of.
And credits due where it's due. Hard racing there at the end. McGill doing all he had to do to try and keep Peach behind him. Peach could have wrecked him into 3 that time. And Peach wanted to race for it. They go side by side through that corner with Peach practically on the apron.
Each driver was being pushed to their limit, leaning on each other as much as they possibly could while still maintaining control of their cars. That was everything that you want to see in the last lap, and it was executed incredibly well by everyone involved.
Wow. Going down our finishing order here before we talk to our race winner. Austin McGill gets the job done in P1 tonight. Hunter Peach comes up just short in that second position. Pacey Wygent finishes up in third. Jose Ruiz in fourth. Zachary Meredith finishes in the top 5. Then it's going to be Jonathan Parker. Go ahead, Josh.
Jonathan Parker will finish 6th. John Osborne in 7th. Dawson Allen, how about rebounded to an 8th place finish for the driver of 79? Josh Arnold, 9th place. Nick Kapiak finishing in 10th. Corey.
And then it will be Jimmy Minch finishing 11th after they're giving a good effort trying to go for the win here tonight. Cole Snyder will bring it in 12th. Mike Campbell will finish in 13th. Enrique Quinones will finish in 14th. And Donnie Knight will finish in 15th.
16th is going to go to Stephen Brynock. 17th to a driver who also gave it a great effort tonight in Nathan Lehman. 18th is going to go to Chase McGuire. Your first car 2 laps down is going to be Justin Quimby in the 19th position. Rounding out your top 20 here tonight is going to be Giovanni Klein, 10 laps down. And finishing out your field here tonight, Jake Millsap, 23 laps down in the 21st position. Kyle Tubb, 24 down in the 22nd position. Noah Blackwell retires early, 52 laps down in the 23rd position. Michael Morgan, 24th position, 103 laps down. Jamil Hawkins, after the early incident here early on in this race, finishes 25th, dead last in 129 laps down. Tough break for Jamil Hawkins.
That is your finishing order tonight. John, he's a friend of yours. How about you talk to tonight's race winner, Austin J. McGill?
Indeed, I will. And we got him up here. Austin, you able to pull it off there at the end. I told the guys here in the booth and everyone at home, I just messaged you right before that restart, and you said you didn't have anything for him, that they were too fast. Well, my friend, they were not too fast for you tonight. You're able to get the job done. What could you even possibly say about how this race went for you?
Not much, actually. I didn't expect to have the speed to beat those two tonight. They were miles ahead of me. Caution saved me a few times. I was about 8 seconds behind the lead at one point. Yeah, when you messaged me, I didn't think I had any hope. I would have been happy with a third place, maybe even a top 5. But I made some risky moves, and it just happened to work out.
Well, you've been on quite the roll lately. Obviously, me being a friend of yours and being a teammate of yours, I keep tabs on you quite a bit. You got a good season going with the Global Truck League. You got a win in the ITPN Truck League. You ran good at Daytona with SJRO. You ran good this last weekend at Auto Club with SJRO. Do you feel the momentum building as you keep racing, and do you think it continues for you here after getting this win here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Every win means a lot in terms of momentum. Just brings my spirit up a little bit. Knows that I'm able to, compete with whoever I'm racing against. So I'm gonna take all the wins that I've had in the last month or so, and just gonna try to keep moving forward with that, and hopefully I can keep getting some strong results in other leagues that I race in.
All right, now I'm going to have you put us in the driver's seat for these last couple laps for a second. You see the 92 gets loose coming off of turn 2. You make the move going to the inside of turn 3. Where's your thoughts going as you get ready to start battling with the 92 and the 20 there? And then even when you get in front of the 20 and throwing those blocks on the last lap, where's your head at, and what's it like from the driver's seat?
Well, I knew the 92 and the 20 would be fighting pretty hard up front. I know they're really strong competitors, very competitive drivers. Obviously going to do whatever it takes to win. I was just trying to go at the right moment. I was talking to my spotter, and he was letting me know when the right time would be to try to cross over, because the only way you're going to make a pass on the bottom around here is if you send it in deep. So you're going to slide up, and I tried to enter high, come down off the corner low, and that's exactly what I did coming to the white flag. I got onto the apron on the inside of the other two, and then kind of just held on for dear life. Made probably the riskiest block I've ever made on iRacing since I've started, and I'm glad Hunter didn't wreck me out after that one, but if he did wreck me, I probably deserved it. So
you get the job done here tonight, and it wasn't easy for you. Actually, you passed the most cars here tonight. You started in the 22nd position, and you bring it home P1. So you were certainly making it work out here. And as much as you want to say that they were miles ahead of you, you were miles ahead of them as well, because you had to earn your way up here. It was not easy. Before we let you go celebrate your victory, who do you got to shout out and say thank you to that helps you get it done with that 21 and elsewhere in other leagues?
I want to shout out my spotter for this race, Zachary Wareham. He joined pretty late, but made some pretty big calls tonight. Choosing lanes, letting me know when to try to cross the other guys over. Shout out to Amsoil, Team Watson Racing Setups. could search them up, get some oval setups for all classes, and shout out to you guys up in JCTV booth for putting on a great broadcast every week.
All right. Well, Austin, we look forward to seeing you in all the other leagues we run here on JCTV. And for any of those that don't know, you can also find Austin J. McGill Racing in the Global Racing League Truck League on, I believe that is Sundays. You can catch that over where that is broadcasted. I don't know. I believe that's broadcasted by the Global Racing Network on YouTube.
Grid Vision now.
Grid Vision. Okay, so Grid Vision, you can catch him there. Austin, great job. We'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you, guys.
That was your winner here tonight, Austin McGill. And guys, what a race we've seen.
That was absolutely incredible. It was, I think, kind of your classic NAOR race. You know, the difference is we didn't have any green flag pit stops tonight, but the finish, I mean, it was fantastic and very unpredictable what was going to happen there at the end.
The top 5 were all within half a second of each other. That is amazing.
Well, before we get off air here tonight, Josh, I believe we actually have our points update with our Fab 14 grid set for playoffs.
Yeah, so your top 2 seeds are Jonathan Parker and Pacey Wygen. They will have a bye week heading into Auto Club. So basically, what that means is, you know, they'll still race. But they can finish second to last, and they've got nothing to lose. Meanwhile, on the other end of things, 3rd seed Nick Kapiak is going to take on 4th seed Noah Blackwell. 3rd seed Nick Kapiak is going to take on 14th seed Noah Blackwell. 4th seed Josh Arnold to take on 13th seed Donald Kite. 5th seed Jose Ruiz will take on your 12th seed Mike Campbell. 6th seed Cole Snyder takes on 11th seed Zachary Meredith. 7th seed Hunter Peach go against 10th seed Jimmy Mensch. And Justin Quimby, your 8th seed, will take on 9th seed Jamil Hawkins. That is your seedings for the top 14 positions as we head into Auto Club in a couple of weeks. Remember, no racing next week, as this league was nice enough to allow us to take some time off. So myself and others from Radius Racing over in the Pit Snooze Truck Series that you can catch tomorrow night, I'll be meeting up at Michigan International Speedway. And I'm looking forward to that for sure. But tomorrow night, speaking of the Pit Snooze Truck Series, they head to IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park. And we've had some crazy, crazy short tracks over there. I think it's not going to be any difference tomorrow night. It's going to be a pretty hectic one as the regular season is winding down in that league as well. Only a few races left before we head into the playoffs for the Blazer Sim Racing and the Pit Snooze Truck Series. I think that's going to do it from us here at Kansas Speedway, though. What a fun race that we saw tonight. That was absolutely incredible last lap. And these guys, they know how to put on a show. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to the drivers, fans. You guys are awesome. 450 subscribers last night. Actually, I believe we got to 453 last night after our broadcast. So thank you guys for all that you do in supporting us. Check us out tomorrow night. And on behalf of Corey Cook, Jonathan Canfield, I'm Josh Copperwell signing off. Say so long, and we'll see you next time.